praline sweet rolls made with my 3-ingredient biscuit recipe. Okay, for those of you who really love my sunshine sweet rolls made with my 3-ingredient biscuit recipe, you're really going to like my praline sweet roll recipe with 3-ingredient biscuits. Now I warn you, it is a little more work, more cleanup, but it is worth it, and it tastes great. I'll start out first making my filling. I've got 2/3 cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Now, if you don't just love cinnamon, that might be a little bit too much for you, and you can, reduce it to whatever you want. And I'm just going to kind of mix these together. Add 1/4 cup of butter. Now, when you're rolling up a roll and you sprinkle on your sugar, your cinnamon roll, your sugar and your cinnamon, it always falls out. I have found that if I will go ahead and mix my butter, my cinnamon, and my sugar together, it's going to stay on there much better as I roll it on. Okay. I find that it's just best to get your fingers in there. I've started out with 2 cups of self-rising flour. I froze a stick of butter and grated it into my bowl. Get that out of the way. Now I'm just going to kind of mix these together. Now I went ahead and put parchment paper out and taped it down just to make cleanup really easy. I'm going to just kind of mix these together. And then I'm going to start adding my milk. Now I started out, I've got 3/4 cups of milk here. I may just need 2/3. I just need to mix it in and see what I need. Okay, so now I'm going to sprinkle some, I just go with the same self-rising flour I use. If you have just regular flour, you run out, just use whatever you've got. Spread this out. And I'm going to knead this a few times. Maybe about 10. Guess that's more than a few. Okay, now I'm ready to roll it out. And you're just going to roll this out just like you would do if you were making cinnamon rolls. And you want it pretty thin because the thinner you get it, the more filling you can get in there. It's just as simple as spreading your filling on. Just spread out pretty good because I want a taste of cinnamon in every bite. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I've preheated my oven to 450, and I'm going to go ahead and spray my pie pan. Once my hands are messy, it's kind of hard to do it. And I'm going to start rolling this. Now I like to just go ahead and cut off these edges just because they're not going to have as much goodness in it. And then you're going to cut these in about 1-inch slices. And I just go ahead and just then you want them face up. These are ready to go in the oven. Okay, so now while my biscuits are baking, I'm going to make my Praline Glaze. I've got my brown sugar, my butter, a little salt, and my half and half in here, or heavy cream. I'm going to cook it over medium heat until it becomes nice and smooth. The butter's melted, the sugar's melted. Then I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit and simmer it on for 3 to 4 minutes. And I'm going to use a wire whisk and keep whisking it during this whole time. Okay, I've been cooking this for about 3 minutes, and it has really thickened up. It's a lot creamier and thicker than what it was, so now I'm going to be ready to add my pecans. Now, I guess really you could use any kind of nut you wanted, but if it's going to be a praline sauce, that just almost demands pecans. Okay, so I'm going to put those in there, and I'm going to let them cook for about a minute. I'm ready to remove it from my heat. And now I'm going to stir in a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Here are my cinnamon rolls that came out of the oven. They took about 15 minutes. And now I'm ready to just spread this over here. And this is going to be absolutely delicious. Praline sweet rolls made with my 3 ingredient biscuits. And they taste great. You can support my channel at Amazon. Praline Sweet Rolls is not in the book, but the 3 ingredient biscuits are. It's on Amazon, Paperbook, or Kindle. I'll leave an Amazon link in the description bar. Or for those who like theirs on a thumb drive, you can email me at carolinegibson1951@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me today at Homemade Cooking in Texas. These are my favorite recipes, and I hope they will become yours. Now, if you enjoy these recipes, please like and subscribe so you can see more of these type recipes. We have been making a full-time living here on our organic farm since 1991. We need your support to continue our small family farm by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much.